The next morning, Emma woke up with her alarm ringing loudly. She reached out, turned it off, and lay still staring at the ceiling for a moment. Her body felt heavy from yesterday, but her mind kept returning to the little girl and her father. She did not know why it stayed with her some moments. Just leave a mark. She got ready quickly and walked to the diner. The streets were busy and noisy. The world did not care about tired waitresses or small acts of kindness. Life kept moving. Emma entered the diner. She noticed something strange. Her manager was standing near the counter, talking nervously on the phone, his face serious. When he saw Emma, he quickly hung up. Emma, he said, I need to talk to you later. Did I do something wrong? Emma asked quietly, her heart sinking. No, he said quickly, just work your shift. We will talk soon. That did not make her feel better. She worked silently, serving customers, cleaning tables, trying to ignore the worry growing inside her. An hour later, a black luxury car stopped outside the diner. Emma noticed, because it did not belong there. The door opened, and the same man from last night stepped out, wearing a simple suit, but carrying himself with calm confidence. Diner went quiet without anyone realizing why. The man walked inside, his eyes searching until they found Emma. Smiled and walked toward her. Hello, he said gently. Emma froze for a second, then nodded. Hello, May I speak with you for a moment? He asked. Emma looked at her manager, who nodded quickly. Yes, go ahead. He sat at a small table near the window. I wanted to thank you again, the man said properly. My name is Daniel Lim. Emma, she replied, could not stop thinking about what you did for my daughter. He said you had no reason to help, but you did. Emma shrugged. She was just hungry. Daniel smiled sadly. That makes it even more meaningful. Emma did not understand what he meant. Last night, he continued, Lily has not stopped talking about you. She said the lady was kind, even when she was tired. Emma felt her eyes burn slightly. Daniel took a breath. I grew up with nothing, he said quietly. I know what hunger feels like. I know what it means when someone shares, even when they have little. Emma listened, unsure where this was going. I own several companies, Daniel said calmly. Emma blinked, surprised. I am not saying this to impress you, he added. I am saying it so you understand why I am. Harriet paused, then continued. I believe kindness like yours should be rewarded, not because it expects something, but because the world needs more of it. Emma shook her head. I did not do it for anything. I know, Daniel said, smiling. That is why it matters. She stood up and walked to the counter, speaking quietly with the manager. After a few minutes, the manager called Emma over, his hands shaking. Ma, he said, this gentleman has purchased the Emma felt dizzy. What? Daniel turned toward her. I am not changing it, he said. I want it to remain the same, a place where good people work and honest food is served. Emma could not speak. I would like you to become the floor supervisor, Daniel continued. Full salary, benefits, and flexible hours. Emma stared at him, tears forming. Me, she whispered. Bay's character matters more than skill, Daniel replied. And you have character? Nodded slowly, still unable to believe it. But that was not all, Daniel continued. I also want to help you study, if you wish, college courses, anything you choose. Emma finally broke down crying. She had never imagined a future beyond surviving. She had never dreamed this big. Thank you, she whispered. Daniel smiled softly. Thank you for reminding my daughter and me what truly matters. Days passed and Emma's life slowly changed. She moved to a small apartment, started classes part-time, and worked with pride. She never forgot where she came from. Sometimes Daniel would visit the diner with Lily, who always ran to hug. Emio saved me that day. Lily would sigh and reply, no. You saved me. Tuned. She meant it all, because of kindness. The morning after that night, Emma woke up earlier than usual. Her body was tired, but her mind would not rest. She kept seeing Lily's face, the way the child smiled while eating, and the relief in her father's eyes when he walked in. Emma told herself it was just another day, just another customer, but deep down she knew it was not. She got dressed, packed her bag, and walked to the diner. The air was cool, and the city was already awake. People rushing to jobs, dreams, problems, none of them knowing how close Emma was to giving up on her one. She entered the diner. She immediately sensed something different. Her manager was standing near the counter, fixing his shirt again and again, checking his watch. His nervousness filled the room. Good morning. Emma said. Morning, he replied quickly, then added, we will talk later, just focus on work. Thought did nothing to calm her thoughts. She worked quietly, serving coffee, taking orders, smiling. Automatically, about an hour later, a sleek black car stopped outside the diner. It looked expensive, out of place, like it belonged to another world. A few customers glanced toward the window. Door opened, and the same man from the night before walked in, wearing a simple coat, but carrying quiet authority. The room felt still, without anyone understanding why. Emma recognized him instantly. Her heart skipped. His eyes met hers, and he smiled softly before walking toward Her hello. He said hello. Emma replied, unsure may. We talked for a moment. He asked. Kadima nodded and followed him to a small table near the window. I wanted to thank you again, he said properly. My name is Daniel. Emma. She replied. Lee talked about you all night, he said. She said. You were kind when no one else noticed. Emma looked down. I only gave her leaned forward. You gave her more than food. You gave her comfort. Emma felt something tighten in her chest. I grew up poor, Daniel continued. I know what it means to wait hungry, hoping someone comes back. Emma listened silently. I am successful now, he said calmly, but success does not erase those memories. Emma hesitated, then asked, why are you telling me this? Because kindness like yours deserves recognition, he replied, not payment. Recognition. Deal. Stood and walked to the counter, speaking quietly with the manager. After a few minutes, the manager waved Emma over his face. Emma, this gentleman has purchased the diner. Emma felt dizzy. Purchased CD. Neil turned toward her. I am not here to change it, he said. I want to protect Ethan. He looked at Emma and continued, I would like you to become the floor supervisor with full salary benefits and flexible hours. Breath caught. Why? Because integrity cannot be taught. Daniel. Tears filled her eyes, but Daniel was not finished. I would also like to support your education, whatever you choose. Mia broke down crying. She had never imagined a future beyond surviving. Thank you, she whispered. Weeks passed, and Emma's life slowly transformed. She moved to a better apartment, started evening classes, and gained confidence. She never forgot the night that changed everything. Daniel visited the diner often with Lily, who ran to Emma. Every time you are my sandwich hero, Lily would say, laughing. Gemma would hug her, smiling. Minutes later, Emma stood behind the counter, no longer tired but proud. She had learned that one small act can open doors you never knew existed. Kindness had changed her life forever.